Hello, this is Lloyd Lund from Honolulu. I want to just say a word or two about something that I found very useful in playing the piano and reading music. So I want to start by talking about this Mozart Sonata in C, Koelschel 545, which everybody knows. It's something that goes. Okay, so here's the score, and what we can see is it's in C, which means no sharps and no flats. But later on, we'll see down here, for example, I'll just show it. We'll see things like right here. Looking at it upside down is not so easy. Right here, we'll see a sharp, and then later on in the next page. For example, here, when we get to the transition to a different section, you see this B flat right here. So the question that you ask yourself when you're doing this kind of playing is you say to yourself, okay, well, why, if it's in C and there are no sharps and no flats, why is there an accidental? Why is there a deviation? And a lot of times the reason is because you're not in the same key anymore. The key signature is telling you what the nominal key signature for the piece is in, but you're actually changing to a different key as you go through the piece. And so when you see that F sharp, you're in the key of C. Actually, you're no longer there. You're probably in the key of G, which has the one sharp. And then when you get to the section with the B flat and you're starting on G, it turns out you're in G minor. Even though the nominal key signature, which is the thing on the right here that we all see going down the side of the page, the left side of the page here, that's telling you one thing, but the truth is you're modulating into different keys. So that's an important part to understand. And it gets much more complicated later on, but that's why in other pieces, because, and that's one of the reasons why you want to be playing pieces that are more complicated. For example, Chopin, this famous Nocturne in E flat, okay, this is the one that goes like this. This one, of course, it's in E flat, but there's a lot of accidentals in this thing. I mean, if you look at it, it's full of accidentals. As you go through this thing, I mean, there's a lot of accidentals in this thing, and when you really look at it, quite apart from identifying the chords, which is helpful, what key you're in at any given moment. What Chopin does is he makes all these changes as he goes along. And so it's not that easy sometimes to learn these Chopin, because it's not like he's repeating himself that much. He's doing something similar, but each time he does it, he's adjusting these accidentals, and it's varying slightly. Even though the melody sounds kind of the same, the accompaniment is changing in small ways. And it's always changing, and that part, kind of when you're studying it, figuring out which accidentals are occurring at which moment and why is sort of a key to doing it. And the thing that's tricky about Chopin is he tends to have these rather long measures, and within that measure, you have to remember to hold on to that accidental sometimes, but it's noted at the front end. And so much is going on from one end of the measure to the other that it's easy to kind of lose sight of it. So I think the focus on the accidental and the question of why there's an accidental is for me, it's been a key consideration in learning piano music. Good luck.